There's no black and white, left and right to me anymore. There's only up and down is very close to the ground. And I'm trying to go up without thinking about anything trivial such as politics.
Maybe when I was about 10, I started playing the guitar. I found a guitar in the house that my father bought, actually. I don't remember, buying any records. I went into the booth. I had a very agile mind. I could learn a song by maybe hearing it once or twice. Why it became that particular name, I really can't say. The name just popped in my head one day, but it didn't really happen any of the ways that I've read about it. I mean, I just don't feel like I had a past, and I couldn't relate to anything other than what I was doing at the present time, and I don't, didn't matter to me what I said.
Where are the eyes that look so mild, hurroo, hurroo?
He was like a sponge in a way, like pick up people's mannerisms, accents.
Where are your eyes that shone so mild when you first my heart beguiled? Why did you run from me and the child?
Woody Guthrie. He had a particular sound. And besides that, he said something to go along with his sound. That was highly unusual to my ears. All the great performers that I'd seen, who I wanted to be like, were those kind of performers. They all had one thing in common. It was in their eyes. And there was something in their eyes that would say, I know something you don't know, and I wanted to be that kind of performer. I didn't really know if that song was good or bad, or it just felt right. But I didn't really know that it had any kind of anthemic quality or anything.
How many years must a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea?
I wrote the songs to perform the songs, and I needed to sing like in that language, which is a language that I hadn't heard before.
Ladies and gentlemen, the person that's going to come up now has a limited amount of time. His name is Bob Dylan.
Thinking that somebody was shouting, "Are you with us? Are you with us?" And I don't know what that, what was that supposed to mean? I had no idea why they were booing. I don't think anybody was there having a negative response to those songs, though. I mean, whatever was about, it wasn't about anything that they were hearing. The booing didn't really, I had a perspective on the booing, because you got to realize you can kill somebody with kindness too.
He sang songs that affected us.
Well, it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, baby, even you don't know by now. And it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, baby, it'll never do somehow. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn,
Look out your window and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm a-traveling on. But don't think twice, it's alright.
Neither one of us had a fixed place to live. We were both a bit nomadic, so we kind of had this private little existence in a way. People were expecting him to give the same thing over and over again and in a precise manner and a precise theory and in a precise way. And it got creepy because why should you have to push yourself into a tunnel that isn't yours? I mean, you're driving along and all these roads are apparent. Why do you have to take that tunnel and go in and it's literally a tunnel because it's political in its theory? Whereas you're out there driving around with all this other scenery going on, and that's what you're bringing out.
I was like an outsider anyway. I'd come to town as an outsider, and I still, in a lot of ways, I was still more outside than I ever was, really. They were trying to make me an insider to some kind of trip they were on. I don't think so.
Don't boo me. God, that booing, I can't stand it. Oh my God.
It's hard to get in tune when they're booing. You know?
Yeah, I can't get in tune at all when they're booing. I can't hear anything. I don't even want to get in tune.
When they yell in this weird nasal tone from here.
Jesus, you know, I don't understand how can they buy the tickets up so fast? I mean, you know, let's get that light off. Don't tell me not to push too hard, man. I'm worried about getting shot. I'm not gonna push too hard.
Hush, little baby, don't you cry. You know your mama was born to die.
I had first laid eyes on Bob in Gertie's Folk City. I had been told about him. This guy's a genius, and he writes these incredible songs, and he admires Woody Guthrie and all this stuff. I was very dubious, you know, when people raved about somebody other than myself. But I went, and sure enough, he was everything that they'd said he was. We both had our baby fat. That's what I think of when I look at the early pictures. Smooth skin, baby fat. We were really young. Bob looked like a ragamuffin. Probably one of the things I found so appealing about him. He would bring out the mother instinct in a woman who thought her mother instinct was dead. He came out and stayed with me in a beautiful house in Carmel Valley. Bob liked to write there, and he would just stand tapping away at that typewriter. He would always say, "What do you think of this?" And I wouldn't understand the thing at all. I was young, and I had expectations and wanted to be where the action was. And I should not have been there at that time. Everybody was having a wonderful time, and they were all smashing things up in the hotel room, and I was this weird square over in my room who didn't do all that stuff. I was very critical of everybody who did and wanted my time with Bob because I thought he was a special friend. And he'd moved on. And it was awful. I mean, it just hurt like hell. I assumed that since I'd invited him on the stage in the States, he would invite me on the stage there. He had no intention of doing that. He was ready to have that whole stage all to himself. That's what I'd say. He didn't want anybody competing with it. That's as close as I can get.
You know, it was probably a stupid thing to do, but not letting her play. But you can't be wise and in love at the same time. So I hope she'd see the light sooner or later on that.
Bob is one of the most complex human beings I've ever met, and I think at first I really tried to figure this guy out. No, I gave it up, and so I don't know. I don't know what he thought about. All I know is what he gave us.
Like a Rolling Stone definitely broke through somewhere. I didn't feel like radio had ever played a song like that before. I know I'd never heard a song like that before. So, you know, and everything I'd done up to that point had led up to writing a song like that just effortlessly. I've never been that kind of performer that wants to be one of them, you know, like one of the crowd. I don't try to endear myself that way.
Didn't you boo me last night?
I didn't. We didn't boo you, Bob. I didn't. Please, just a minute.
Well, I want the names of all the people that booed me.
We didn't boo you. Come back soon.
Okay. I'll be back in a month or two.
Well, there you go.
So long. Cheerio. Oh, you sweet, lovely people.
Oh, Bob.
Sorry.
So miserable.
Come on, it won't take long.
It won't take. I don't know. You just.
They don't ask me. Those other two people don't ask me. Why do you?
Why shouldn't you give it? Why shouldn't you give it?
What do we come out to see it for?
Because they like me. They said...
We don't like you anymore.
You call me a bum.
That's all you want.
Well, may I have your autograph?
You call you a bum, you sign your
You call
autograph.
me a bum.
Come on, Bob.
Come on.
Now, you don't need my autograph. If you needed it, I'd give it to you.
Just give her the autograph, will you?
What's wrong with him today, eh?
Ain't it just like the night to play tricks when you're trying to be so quiet? We sit here stranded, though we all do our best to deny it. And these visions of Johanna that conquer my mind.
We've been on the road a long time, right?
I don't know. I don't remember. I guess maybe we have.
We've been on the road a very long time.
Man, I can't make it tonight. I don't know how to cover up for it. It's something I never figured out. There's nothing I can do about it. I just shouldn't be singing. I think I'm gonna get me a new Bob Dylan next week. Get me a new Bob Dylan and use him. Just use him. Here's the new Bob Dylan. See how long he lasts. I want to go home. You know what home is? I don't want to go to Italy no more. I don't want to go nowhere no more. You end up crashing in a private airplane in the mountains of Tennessee. Or Sicily.
When you stay and then when you stay in the States, I mean, when you come back?
I don't know. I just want to go home.